Hello, welcome. My name is Sir Kofi. I am a student of Planning and GIS, Geographic Information Systems. And on this channel, I talk about how to do mapping with ArcGIS, QGIS, and ArcGIS Pro. So if you are interested in this topic, kindly subscribe to this channel, hit on the bell icon, and like this video. Thank you very much. Okay, so in today's video, we are going to learn how to create Modified Normalized Difference Water Index, MNDWI. This is an index that was proposed by Zhu. It's actually, I think it's actually a Chinese author in 2006, and it is a remote sensing index that is designed to enhance the detection of open water features while suppressing noise from built-up and vegetation. What it is basically saying is that this is a map that actually detects or reviews the water bodies of a particular area. And if you look here, it says that it improves the original map feet into 1996. We have another or similar version that was proposed in 1996 by McFeet, another author. I will do a video about that one too. When it is ready, I'll put the link up there. So it is actually an improved version of that. Do you get it? Yes. So that is it. And you see a map like this, a land use land cover map showing the water bodies, vegetation built up over the years. We've seen that water has been reduced. Do you get it? Instead of doing the land use land cover map, you can just do the map I am coming to do. It will review the water bodies for you. And with this map, in this video, we are using the 2005 version. So we will see if it will depict the pattern. Okay. So the explanation is that we need the band 2 and band 5. And in this video, we are actually using the Landsat 7. Do you get it? I'll do another video about Landsat 8, 9. So with the Landsat 7, you will need band 2 and band 5. And when we are done, I'll come and explain these. So let's go to ArcGIS. My band 2 and band 5s are ready. And please, band Landsat 7, especially the one with 2003 coming, has scan lines on them. So if you're having a scan line on your Landsat 7, I went through some processes with QGIS to actually fill the scan lines. Do you get it? Yes. So if you want to know how I was able to fill the scan lines, you can actually watch the video. That is the link over there to fill your scan lines. Yes. So my scan lines have been filled. Let's go to Special Analyst Tools, Map Algebra, Raster Calculator. So what is the formula? The formula is band 5, band 2 minus band 5 divided by band 2 plus band 5. But before you do that, you need to bring a conditional called float. Float band 2 minus band 5 divided by another float, band 2 plus band 5. When you are done, you can specify where you want it to be saved, but for the purpose of this video, I will just click OK because of time. Yes, so it is ready. It has been created. Have you seen that? Before we go deeper into it, you see there is whitish color over here. This is actually the sea, the Gulf of Guinea at the southern part of Ghana. And if you see here, the high area is actually the water body. So you are seeing that it is actually depicting that here is water body. Are you getting it? Yes, and here is a water body. Are you getting what I'm saying? There is a sea over here. Here is a sea. And the high over here is the water bodies. And the low is here. Do you get it? So let me clip the study area. So your study area is Sakomono, around this place. Do you get it? So Sakomono. So this is what I was trying to say. If we come here and choose let's say a color ramp, you get it? The higher areas are actually the blue areas are water bodies. Do you get it? So we are seeing the sea is here and it's actually depicting blue. Are you getting it? That is what I meant. So let's clip. You go to search, then you search for clip data management, clip data management. The first one is the raster, this one that we just created. The second one is the boundary of Sakomono. Do you get it? Then you click OK. So we've clipped our study area. So MNDWI Sakomono. Do you get it? So let's uncheck these because now we are concentrating on our study area. Now this is it. So if we come here and choose this, do you get it? The high areas are what? The water bodies. The low areas are other land uses. Let's see the land use land cover map. In 2005, the water bodies was around here. Are you getting it? And when we see, you see that it is depicting the pattern. Have you seen that? Have you seen it? The water bodies were around here, and we are seeing the same thing. Are you getting it? Okay, now let's do the interpretation. It is saying that the range is between -1 to +1, but our 10 in our situation, the range is between -0.2 to +0.4. It is not following, or it is not the same as the range on paper. Are you getting it? So what do? We just follow the idea that we are moving from a high figure to a low figure. Are you getting it? This is what I mean. If you right click and you go to properties, then you change to classified. Do you get it? What is the number of the classes? 1, 2, 3, 4. Do you get it? You come here and you reduce the classes to 4, sorry. You go to classify and you can reduce the decimal places. 48, 49, 0.22, 0.03, 0.0, let's say 9. Then you click OK. So we are having this range. Do you get it? And the highest figure, they are saying it is either open water bodies, rivers, lakes, reservoirs, flooded areas. So we can actually, this is the highest figure from here to here. So there you can name it the water body. Do you get it? They are also saying that the next, you see, we are moving in descending order from the highest to the lowest. The next is what? Mixed or shallow water, wetlands, very moist soil. Are you getting it? So it is virtually the same as water bodies, but it is different. This one is a deep water body. So the next one, we can color it, let's say this. Are you getting it? Then we are moving in descending order again. The next one, they are saying they give range, but our range is not following the one on paper. So we are rather using the idea to move in descending order. Are you getting it? The next order, they are saying either bare soil, sparse vegetation, or dry land surface. So let's assume it is a bare soil. Do you get it? Then the next one, the last one, they are saying either dense vegetation, built area, rock, or strong no water signal. So let's say it is a built area. You click OK. We are having this. Are you getting it? Our focus is on the water bodies. Now let us see something. Have you seen that it is following the pattern? This is the dense vegetation. Sorry, we are in 2025. So 2005. Have you seen that it is following the pattern? Do you get it? Okay, they said that that dense vegetation, built up areas. Do you get it? So it is actually following the pattern. Built up areas was around here, and built up areas was still around here. Do you get it? The main idea is that apart from the water bodies, do you get it? The other land uses actually mixes them. It mixes them. Are you getting it? Because here it is saying dense vegetation or built up areas, and in our case, the built up areas is true. Do you get it? And you see that when you look at this, it has actually mixes the built up areas, the vegetative areas as built up areas. Are you getting it? So apart from the water that it elevates or it reviews, it mixes other land uses. So you have to actually know the area to see which one falls within, then you assign it to it. Are you getting me? So looking at this particular land use land cover map of 2005, I can just come here and say that the bare land area is vegetation. You see that then? Is it following? I think it is following. Are you getting it? So that is it. We've been able to elevate or review the water body of the area with Landsat 7, but bear in mind that the other classes actually mixes the land uses, so you actually have to know the area to know which one of them falls within. Yes, so thank you very much for watching, and I would like to see you in my next video. Bye bye.